Hey everybody, it's Katie from Bobby Hair Studio. Today I have my lovely client Morgan in, and she has some pretty processed hair and some very deep roots that we're going to fix today. And this is what she's going to look like at the end of the appointment. So I want to show you how I got to that. I've been sent a package in the mail by K18 and I wanted to test out their products because everybody's going a little wild about it and I had to see what the hype was all about. This kit includes part 1, part 2, and a take-home treatment for clients. If you want to pause to see how the instructions are written down, then you totally can, but we're going to move on. So here is my client getting sprayed down with water, as says step number 1. We have to spray it down with water, comb it through, and then we spray in part number 1. Her hair is previously damaged from a big color correction that we had done a long time ago because her ends had some demi-permanent in them. They needed to be double lifted. So I do have some pretty big expectations for this product because it says on the package that it can heal up to 91% of damage in one appointment. Now that's a pretty big claim to make, so I'm going to put it to the test. Morgan's hair does have some damage to it, but we want to keep it long and we want to see what we can do with treatments. After spraying in the first part, we obviously comb it through, and this is where I started to feel it actually like really softening her hair. Then I'm going to section out my client's hair and I'm going to start doing my color service. What we're doing today is we're actually trying to almost give her like what it is like is a bleach out with a softer root. And we're not actually bleaching to her root though, we're doing this all in foils. So the way that I'm actually doing this is every single piece of hair is being foiled. It just is being foiled in such skinny slices and weaves that it's going to look much more blended, and then that way we can softly shadow her root to blend between the root color and the blonde, but still maintain 100% blondness for where she is blonde, if that makes any sense. The foiling pattern that I'm doing for her is essentially slice, slice, weave. There are no drops, as I said earlier. So she is getting a max blonding service. And yeah, we could do this as a bleach out and then just shadow the root down and that'd be totally fine. We could, but we didn't. We decided to do it this way. I'm also trying to not overlap, but I'm trying to get as close as possible to this blonde color so I can lighten up as evenly as possible without any banding. But you know, if you overlap too much, then you get breakage, and if you don't go close enough, then you get these weird little brown spots. So you know, it can be a little bit risky to do a service like this because with this many foils, the head gets really heated up and the bleach tends to expand and you can get a lot of bleach bleeds. And if it doesn't expand out of the foil, it expands further down, which means further into the blonde, which can cause breakage. We're also going to be dealing with some root issues today. I'm gonna have to do her root twice, and you guys are gonna see why I had to do that and how. But when you have hair this dark and it's getting foiled this light, oftentimes there's a bit of a fume that comes off of the lightener and it tends to extend another little bit past where you've actually put the lightener to create almost like half a level of lift. So she does get this very, very hard orange line at the top of her foils, and you'll see that a little later, and you'll see how I can fix that for you new hairdressers. Now let's talk about her lightener. I'm actually using 20 volume all throughout all of her foils. I've noticed that with this client's hair it's a little bit stubborn to lift. So usually I could start with a 7 volume and move upwards with this natural root color. But with my previous experience with this client, her hair does not like to lift. So we do actually have to start with 20 volume and just kind of take out foils as we need to as we go, or you know, level up from 20 volume, which is something I don't oftentimes do, but sometimes it is necessary. One of the reasons why you could do full foiling instead of doing a bleach out is because a bleach out does have a slightly harder root, even if you give it a root shadow. It's almost impossible to 100% match someone's natural color, even if you've already lightened it. At least that's what I'm finding. I've been doing hair for only 7 years. If somebody has any like miracle root toner formulations that work for everybody's head, I'd love to hear it, but you can only get so close until it doesn't quite blend. This way provides a little extra blend so that she can come in every 6 to 8 months instead of 5 weeks. And this is the color she should be when she's ready to be rinsed out. She still has quite a bit of yellow naturally in her hair, but that is her full lift. And once we've rinsed her out and shampooed her, we're going to use the second part of this K18 mask. Now, in the instructions, it says to use like 1 to 4 pumps for each client. Now, this client has a ton of hair, so I used 4 pumps, and then I used 3 more. And that was a big mistake because this product is actually not meant to make hair super, super soft. It's meant for structure. Her toner formula goes on top of the mask, and today I started with, on just her yellow areas, the 819, 811, and 91. And I'm applying it just to those yellow areas because her ends are still pretty ashy looking in comparison, as you can tell. My favorite part about this whole video is this shot right here, is where you start to see the yellow tone in and match the rest of it. It's so satisfying. This toner is all hardcore ash, so that's why I'm not actually putting it through the already ashy areas yet. I'm putting it through all of my yellow areas, and then I'm gonna kind of emulsify it and rinse it through. So now that that's done, I can take whatever's left and just kind of add a little water to it and rinse it through the ends to match it. She has toned beautifully. It's looking nice and ashy the way my client likes to see it. Now we're gonna try to blend in her roots with her blonde. This is my first root toner. This is Schwarzkopf Vibrance 7-1 and 6-21. I wanted to do something close to her natural level, but with tons and tons of ash, because she does have that little orange line that can happen from like almost like bleach fumes. I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyways. And now we're rinsing it out, and we are going to continue on with the second part of the K18 treatment. We wash her hair with just shampoo and we don't use conditioner. We just need to put in K18 step 2 again, and less is more with this product apparently, because it just goes in to heal the cortex. It's not meant to make the hair feel super buttery soft like a hydration mask would. So, you know, you are paying big bucks for this product, but you're only supposed to use a little bit at a time for this part. Once this is sat for 4 minutes, I'm gonna take her to the chair and not rinse it out. Now here is what I'm talking about with those root lines that we're seeing. A lot of hairdressers experience this, and it might have something to do with the lightener or the client's beginning hair color, or maybe just underlying pigment, but these are visible and we don't want them to be visible. So I do have to go in with a stronger formula. Obviously, this is something that I don't love showing everybody, but this is something that's important for hairdressers to know. And here is a formula that helped to cover all that and blend her. It is Schwarzkopf Vibrance 663 and 51. Now what that is 6 chocolate green and 5 cendré. So essentially, I know it sounds a little backwards to put in a chocolate, which is a warm color, in there, but I find that that actually provides a lot of fill to the hair, because those orange colors are almost looking for something to solidify and hold in the cool colors. Sometimes if you put in only cool colors, then it drops out very quickly. But if you put in a little bit of warmth, it holds the cool colors into the hair. I hope that makes sense for everybody. For some hairdressers, try that if you're ever putting in a root color. Add a tiny bit of warmth to your formula and see if that helps it hold in a little better. And this is, by the way, me just blow drying her with just the K18 mask leave-in in her hair. I did nothing else. And yeah, there's the root that we ended up with. I think it's a lot softer, it's a lot more blended, and it works a lot better with her hair color. I'm actually really happy with this result, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And this is her after she's been styled. We put a little hairspray in there, but there's really nothing other than the K18 mask. Now obviously, this is the part we're all waiting for. Is it worth it? K18 is very expensive, but it's actually been the most impressive product that I've used for healing hair. Like, I can run my fingers through her hair now, and we only did a little trim on her hair. There's still a lot of that old demi-permanent down in her ends, but it's so much better. Now, it didn't 100% heal her hair, but her hair feels better. Overall, I will be using this on future clients with high-risk appointments, because this product, K18, is Bobby Hair Studio approved. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to watch, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications, and follow us on Instagram at Bobby Hair Studio, and follow me at vancity.blonde. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great weekend.